ਹੁਣ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬੜੀ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਆਈ ਕਿ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਦੀ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਔਰਤ ਆਈ ਆ ਪੰਜਾਬਣ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਆਪਣੇ ਫੀਲਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਮਾਹਿਰ ਆ ਐਂਡ ਐਕਸਪਰਟ ਆ ਪਰ ਐਕਚੁਅਲੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਜਰਨੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਹੋਗੇ ਆਰਪੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਆਰਪੀ ਸਟੈਂਡਸ ਫॉर ਲੋਟ ਆਫ ਥਿੰਗਸ ਪ੍ਰਾਇਮਰੀਲੀ ਇਟ ਸਟੈਂਡਸ ਫॉर ਰਵੀਤਾ ਪੰਨੂ ਪਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਡੇ ਰਵੀਤਾ ਭੈਣ ਜੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਾਬਾਦ ਰਵੀਤਾ ਜੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਈ ਆ ਬਹੁਤ ਮਸ਼ਹੂਰ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਯੂਕੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਰੀ ਜੋ ਬੋਟੀਆਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਦੁਲਹਨ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਉਹ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਜਾਣਦੀਆਂ ਕਿ ਵਿਆਹ ਵਾਲੇ ਮੇਕਅਪ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਹੀ ਕਰਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਜੀ ਸਾਰੀ ਐਕਟਰਨੀਆਂ ਵੀ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਨੀਰੂ ਬਾਜਵਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਸੋਨਮ ਬਾਜਵਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਹੋਵੇ ਜੀ ਪਰ ਉਹ ਸਾਰੀ ਮੇਕਅਪ ਜੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਕਰਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਸੋ ਰਵੀਤਾ ਜੀ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਸ਼ੋ
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ
ਐਂਡ ਫਰਸਟ ਆਫ ਆਲ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਦੱਸੋ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਲਾਈਫ 'ਚ ਜਰਨੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਆ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਐਂਡ ਆਪਾਂ ਜੋ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਵੂਮਨ ਇੰਪਾਵਰਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ and you've been through that journey yourself ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਦੱਸੋ about your journey
where do we start
from the beginning hopefully
well being raised in a very traditional Punjabi household from Wolverhampton dad ne 7 दिन घंटे लाने काम ते मम्मी भी काम ते जाना फिर रात ਨੂੰ ਆ ਕੇ ਸਮਾਈ ਦਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨਾ so I think in terms of the values I learned very early on from there in terms of watching my mom. She's my biggest role model.
Inspiration to date, yeah?
I think there's one thing about Punjabi women, they are the backbone of families. They keep everything together.
Yeah.
They're the makers and breakers. One thing I've always said about women is we can make or break a home. I've openly said that and I always will stand by that. Moving forward and पढ़ लिया मम्मी डैडी कहते बस हम तू यूनिवर्सिटी चल जा यूनिवर्सिटी तो बाद फिर तेरा ब्याह करा देना so it's almost your life set out you're born you're raised you educate yourself you're married you have kids and you die it's set out that's how you set
that I've said that before it's a life of servitude
your timelines are set if you're not married by 30 as a Punjabi female you're kind of off the shelf and being from about the age of 19 I kind of knew I would have to start to find my prospective partner but I didn't want to get married I wanted to study I wanted to see the world I wanted to become a police officer
did you
yeah that was my original choice मैं तो बहुत काम किते I passed my test to be a governor of a prison
okay
so that was my direction university I found great comfort in reading subjects such as the secret services so then there was an idea of me joining GCHQ
okay
MI5 MI6 but that would have meant no future
no future according to Punjabi culture
got it
right
parlo and it just so happened I met the man of my dreams while studying
ਤੇਰਾ ਸੂਟ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ ਫਿਰ
ਬਹੁਤ ਸੂਟ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ
ਮਾੜਾ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਹਰਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ
ਬਹੁਤ ਚੰਗਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਪੰਨੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ and getting married and finished university I then got married sorry no I didn't I finished one university ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਹੀ ਵਿਆਹ ਕਰਾ ਲਿਆ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਹੀ ਕੁੜੀ our daughter was born Jamira
okay
but in terms of my journey, whilst that was all happening, I was gaining a lot of weight. I've always been overweight most of my life. You know, Nani Manu Swinu.
Join the club.
Nani Manu Swinu, 3-4 parothe khila dene usnu. Because for us, she was very much like, Kuriyan takriyan honiyan chahidiyan.
Sehat changi honi chahiye. But not as in, listen, I always say, when you see a Punjaban kudi and the parents describe her as healthy, don't be expecting an Olympic athlete.
Well, no, it was, you know, when prospective partners were asking for hand in marriage, my parents were, you know, vice versa looking, do labs ona ne kehna, sorry mom dad, ek rango da thoda ja pakka.
Allah.
Ta
join the club again.
So sehat bhi thodi ja pari
yeah, don't worry.
Which is absolutely fine.
We're in the same crew.
Yeah, it's, you know, and I completely and utterly understand my mum trying to almost protect me from future hurt, but she didn't need to do that, and she knows that now. But anyway, biya kara liya, had my daughter, and then there was the looking at my weight. You know, we often say that we'd die for our kids. Actually, no, I want to live for mine.
I always say that.
Yeah. So, you know, One thing that's prevalent in our family is sugar di bimari.
Yep.
So for myself, I wanted to see if I could do it. Historically, as a family, in our family, our girls are overweight.
Yeah.
They are big.
Right.
So I went on a weight loss journey.
Yeah.
But not only did I start a journey of weight loss, I started a journey of discovering myself.
Right.
The business was born.
Yeah.
My daughter was growing up. You know, I started to direct myself to jobs that I wanted to do. Not only was I'd got married, I changed location. I had this, you know, I went back to university to get my honours.
And were you like after marriage, कदे ਇਹ नहीं सोचदा I have hardly met पंजाबना who ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵਿਆਹ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਪੜ ਲੈਣੀਆਂ. Usually after ਵਿਆਹ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਇਸ ਨਿਆਣੇ is ਰੋਟੀਆਂ and ਨਾਪੀਆਂ, right, until the kids are about 5-6 years old or whatever. But I very rarely see ਕਿ ਕੋਈ ਮੁੜ ਕੇ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਜਾਂ ਵਿਆਹ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਜਾਂ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਈ ਕਰਦਾ. ਬਹੁਤ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਲ ਜਿਹਾ ਕੰਮ ਹੈ. ਇਹ
ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਦੀ ਸੱਚਾਈ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ. That you know, my father-in-law, and let's face it, he is the one who will make decisions.
Yeah.
And you know, they were very honest and very clear.
Yeah.
Of what they expected of me as a daughter-in-law.
Right.
What they wanted from me, but I likewise had expectations from them.
Yeah.
Very much so. If you want from me, then as my parents, I expect this from you, and so we joined in the middle. Because there was the grand old saying of that's a lie.
And
it's a lie.
It's a lie.
It's a lie.
Yeah.
Because actually, no, what I had to do was I was almost reborn again.
Right.
I mean, I had to go back because my in-laws didn't have a daughter in the family.
Right.
Their eldest son had married, and it was this female in the house, and I had to make it work.
Right.
But rather than fight against them, I worked with them. Where they were wrong, I would say it.
Yeah.
Where I was wrong, I would expect them to teach me, show me why. Cooking, I didn't know how to cook. Pehli wari mein cha banai, loon paata vich.
Oh, balle tere.
Nobody said a thing. But my mother-in-law taught me to cook. I remember my mother-in-law asking my mum, I had a love marriage. Kuri roti pani bana lendi a. Mum said, "Bhen ji gal suno." I taught her how to cook.
Yeah.
Or I sent her to university.
मैं
पढ़ाती. So the rest of the जिम्मेवारी is yours. So I did a lot of my growing up with my in-laws.
Wow.
I've done my growing up with my in-laws. They're my mum and dad.
Right.
Baki ta Wolverhampton mum and dad. I see them as my sasora.
Wow.
Because actually I've become an adult with the Pannu family.
Ravita, as a message to women out there who are married and who at the moment are feeling perhaps like you were 10 years ago or 15 years ago, what would you say to them? Is there a message here?
Reach out if you're unhappy. Speak, talk, communicate. Communication is the key. Speak to your family, speak to your elders. Understand and compromise. They are stuck in a culture which a lot of our parents are migrated from the 70s, early 80s. I call it they've got stuck in time.
Yeah.
India's developed to some extent.
Yeah.
But Sachai has stayed there.
Yeah.
And it's up to us to educate our sons and our daughters to move forward, and that change is not bad.
Rita, thank you very much to see. And Thoda, thank you to see any खुले होके गल्लां कीतियां because सच्चाई ते तां ही आउंदी आ भावां लोकां नूं चंगी लगे ना लगे कोई जे कोई बंदा खुल के गल करदा